Hi everybody, Ben here from Art Less Ordinary. Tonight I'm going to do a long pearl pour again. So last time I did it, I only put the paint from here to here, the pearl colours, when this time I'm going to go all the way from there to there, hoping I don't get the black shape, the black negative space in these areas. I want to kind of get the whole thing in pearls. The only difference is this time I am using the decoart Americana decor metallics, not the extreme sheen. So these work as well, but because they're thicker, you have to thin your mix a little bit more. So I have pewter, which is kind of like a steely blue. I have silver, and I have berry. So I wanted one that's kind of pink with silver and kind of steel colours. So that is the plan, and the berry's kind of a rich pink, not a light pink as say. So these three are 10 grams paint and 20 grams floetrol, but I added a tad more floetrol to the silver because it was much thicker. Yeah, I could feel it was thicker getting it out of the container and mixing it, so I didn't measure it. I just added an extra little squirt until it felt a bit more even. Then I am using my marte black. So this is just marte plain black. And that is 72 grams paint, 144 grams floetrol, and 42 grams water. So you need that to be thinner than these. You can do it with other brands. You just have to adjust your mixtures a bit accordingly. So I know Liquitex Basics works. And I think Artist Loft works, but I haven't used either. So I couldn't actually give you the measurements of those. But I'm pretty sure Artist Loft is thinner, so you would put less water in. And the Liquitex Basics, I got a feeling, is thicker or about even. So just kind of going to have to work it out as you go. But the Deco art is the same, so you can always mix that to that right consistency. So just always give them a good little stir before you pour them, because being metallic, they kind of do alter slightly. So the micas sink, that's what happens. So you always give them a good stirring in. And when you use American floetrol, you have to make it a little bit thinner again, because American floetrol is thicker than Australian floetrol. And I use Australian floetrol for my artworks. Okay, so I am probably going to go the steel colour first. So start probably about an inch away from the edge. So I usually always do 2 layers. So there's the first one. Then I'm going to go silver over the top of that, but I'm not going to do it directly over. I'm going to zigzag it. Then we want to go the berry. And we're going to zigzag that too. Now we'll go back to the pewter. Got more paint down that end than I do down this end, so when I scrape out, I'm going to scrape it out down this way. So I like to get as much paint out as I can, because I don't want to waste any of the pearl paint. Okay, so that's the first one. Then we're going to go silver, which I'll go very light down that end and then heavier down this end. So I'm not used to doing pearl pours on long canvases. I've only done it once before, which was my test run. And I didn't put the paint all the way to the edges. I kind of only did it in the middle area. And I found it looked cool, but I didn't get the results I had planned in my head. So this time, as I say, you always learn from things that you do, and that's the best part about it. So I'm just going to sorry about the scraping noise. I just don't want to waste any of it. Okay, so that's that done. So now when I pour this on, I want to pour it gently. I don't want it to, if you pour it too heavily at the beginning, it will push this paint out and you'll get a very, very thick black line in the middle. You're always going to get black in the middle, but I want it to be quite negligible, kind of smallish. So I'm going to try and keep my cup close down and just gently and slowly go along and come back. But do follow the same line, because you want the black to go over the top of the pearl colours. So by keeping the black in the centre, then when you start tilting, it will go over the top of the pearls. I'm much more pleased with how this is going. Alright, that's about it. Now I don't scrape the cup when I do pearl pours anymore with the black. I found I didn't like the effects that I was getting by scraping it. It gave me different tones of black, and I don't want that. So chuck some gloves on, and then we get to start tilting. So these are fun, they're easy-ish. Once you got your mixtures right, they're a pretty easy pour to do. Always doing that. You just have to, you learn the paint as you go, and once you've got it, it's kind of one of the most funnest pours to do. So what we've got to do is, without making too much trouble, we just want to tilt it up so look, there's a bit more paint on this side than there is that side. Alright, now I want to go over this corner, over that corner, come back, make sure I got black paint on that actual corner. Now I'm going to come back down, and I'm going to do this other side while I'm here, because it's where the paint's the heaviest at the moment. Well, was. Like I said, it's a bigger canvas. It's a little bit more different to do. Cut over and come back. And I'm going to put some black paint on that corner. Now I need to come up and do this other side. So I'm going to do this bottom corner while the paint's there. Over the bottom corner. Bring it back a little bit. And then up and over this last corner. Come on, paint. Don't give me trouble, go over. Okay, it's over. And now, double check that's got paint on it. That corner does. Now I want to bring the weight of the paint back down. Sorry if you can't see this. I want to bring the weight of the paint back down into the center area roughly. Mostly because I want to stretch out that last corner that I tilted over. So it's not always easy to see where the paint flow is. Don't think it's actually moving too much more now. So that might be about it. So this canvas is not 100% flat, which could cause me a little bit of issue. I think enough of the paint was poured off that I shouldn't actually get any issues, but just keep that in mind. Okay, is that back side all done? Yep. Okay, my best bet now is to get my gloves off. Because if I don't, I'll drip some paint onto the canvas and I'll be a little bit grumpy. So, I'm getting reactions, and I'm getting reactions on all four corners, which is perfect. I find I used to get like an empty corner, but I've learned how to do it where I get pearls on all four corners now. What I find is you got to tip enough off the first corner. So I'm going to give it a torch and pop all these bubbles. So torching is not 100% necessary, but I find it does pop the bubbles and it can also make the pearls come up. Adding a little bit of heat sometimes makes them want to form. Perfect. Put that where it's not going to burn anything or fall over. Now a tiny little piece of fluff fell in. There we go. Grab it now before the pearls form, because then start pushing them out of shape. So as you can see, pearls all the way around, which is perfect. Now I just have to wait and see how much is going to push up through it. So the best way to do that is to pause. Well, I'm going to pause the camera, but to leave your artwork for approximately 15-20 minutes depending on the weather. It's a bit colder, so I do find it needs a little bit longer for the pearls to actually push their way through. In warmer weather they seem to come up a lot more quicker, but they're there. So now I just get to pause this and we will come back in about 15 minutes and see what has happened. Okay, giving it a pause. Okay, we're back. So, more pearls have definitely come up all the way around the edges. There still seems to be a bit of a black part in the center, but the pearls are still developing. They're taking their time because it's really cold. So I'm hoping that by morning it has kind of crept up a little bit. There will always be a bit of a black area. But I love this. There's enough pearls on here that it's more, there's more pearls on the canvas than there isn't. And the colours have actually come up really, really good. I was hoping these colours would turn out the way that I was planning. So you've got the silver, you've got the berry, but you also do have this pewter that runs through. And the pewter's kind of just giving it a, it's like a blue silver. But it works really well with the normal silver and with the berry. So really pleased with this. It's not a, it's not overly colourful, as in I don't have like the whole rainbow of colours in there. But sometimes you want things to be a little bit, how do you say it? Just standardised. So kind of tone it down a little bit and not always make it so rainbowy. Because I've got lots of rainbow ones around. We've got my little smaller rainbow ones here. So I've got nice colourful ones around. So sometimes I want things a little bit more different to kind of fit into the house a little bit. The sides are awesome. So the way that this has worked is by getting pearls all the way around every edge. It's also giving me kind of pearls on the sides, but because the weight of it pulls it down, they kind of become like metallic streaks. But super pleased. I'm really, really happy. So it can change, it may not. It's hard to know. A lot of the pearls still do alter a little bit. I'd say even up to 45 minutes, depending on the weather, especially in the cold. So this is going to take time to dry, and as it is, as I leave it, probably more will come up along here and maybe even through there. So super, super happy. I'm going to bring you down for a close-up. Okay, sorry about my two ring lights, but I need them on for the moment to show you the metallic. I can turn them off and show you a photo without them after. But awesome. This is what I see. Probably quite close. See how you can see the silver lines? Then you got the berry line, and over here you've kind of got the pewter one, which is like the darker silver that comes through. And they happen all the way around. So let me see if I can get in closer. See how cool they are. And the pearls have come up really nicely shaped. They're not too out of shape, and they're not overly large. They're probably quite small. I could have made my black a little bit thinner, and it would have made the pearls bigger and probably swell up a little bit more. It's hard to always know. I do think that with this you have to change your consistency between summer and winter, just because the paint does react a little bit differently. But I am really happy. I think it's turned out quite well. Can we see an edge? See the edge, how you've got pearls that have kind of streaked down. That gets a bit dark over there. But there's pearls all over the edges, which is awesome. Just what I wanted. Alright, now let me see if I can turn off one of these lights. There it is. Sorry, I couldn't find the switch. Now turn off this other one. There we go. So that's only got the one light on, which is the light at that end of the paint area. So tell me what you guys think. Do you like it? Do you think it looks cool? Do you like how I've got pearls on the long canvases instead of the short canvases? I'm really happy with the way that they are. And what I will show you quickly while I'm here is I dipped a couple of little love hearts into, like, these are just little wooden love hearts into the paint, the pearl paint that had come off the edge. So this pearl paint down here, I just dip a couple of these little things in. So where are we? Got one here that says us. We got just a little plain love heart. Another one there as well. So they're just something extra that I can do with the paint that's left over, so I'm not wasting too much of it. But look at the colours. And see how there's multicoloured cells in there, or pearls? The colours never show up correctly in the photos. Sometimes they come up pretty close, but they're never ever or exactly, I find, as what they should be. But that light's on again. There we go. All right. Well, let me know what you think. So like, comment, share my video if you think it's cool, and subscribe if you have not already. Hit the bell and click all, and that will notify you that there's more videos coming out. So hope you guys enjoyed this, and have a good evening, and I'll see you next time for another pour. Okay, good night. Bye.